Hello and welcome to Peak Radar Live. I'm so excited to welcome you to the show today. I'm Angela Seals with the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak Region. And today we're getting to know EPIC, a brand new arts organization that launched just earlier this year, right as the pandemic was starting. I'm going to invite in with me right now, Sergei Vassiliev, who is the founder and artistic director of EPIC. Hi, Sergei.
Hello.
So I saw your board president on March 12th and handed him the Peak Arts Prize check because
Yes.
EPIC won the small organization grant through Peak Arts Prize. We had a reception, champagne toast on March 12th, and the very next day we packed everything up and pandemic began.
Right. Yeah. And then we locked everything down the next day.
Yes.
Yep.
What an incredible moment. I just thought that story was such a great one to share. I think everyone else remembers the difference between March 12th and March 13th in their life, and how everything began to roll very quickly. So EPIC was just launching at that time. And we're so excited to really introduce you in a new way today to Peak Radar fans and members of the cultural community in the Pikes Peak region. One of EPIC's slogans, Sergei, is "We will not be another stuffy classical music series." And my first question to you is, wow, is that a line in the sand? It's a little bit of a critique, and it really defines for your audiences what you're about to do. Can you tell us why saying that was so important to you at the launch of your organization?
So this was that line. We actually worked on that really hard for a long time, and it was a team effort, just like everything we do. So we have a very small team, but I thought, we all thought that it was important just to have the top-notch people, the kindest people, the people that we all trust each other and we all listen to each other. And so yeah, this was that line was a team effort, because my idea was, I want to have a chamber music series, and the very first name for our organization was, Colorado Springs Chamber Music Society, and I was like, yeah, but that sounds so like every other city, every other place in America's chamber music society, and I didn't want it to be. I didn't want it to sound stuffy, because we want to have a little bit of a little bit of a fresh twist on it. Yes, it is classical music, and we are classical musicians, and we are professionals in this field. But I do want to make it more accessible, and the educational component in our name is also kind of like, we want people to come to these concerts, and we want them to really like the concerts, Even if you've never been to a classical music concert, I want it to be like how I fell in love with classical music. It wasn't because I went to some big time, New York Philharmonic concert. New York Philharmonic is great. I love it very much. Love it very much. But it was when I was listening to a recording of a Shostakovich symphony, and I found out what it was about. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So that's the aspect that I really want to capture in EPIC, is that, like, what's so cool about this music, and maybe a little bit behind the music, and maybe a little bit like showing people why that's cool, and not explaining it, but
yeah. So EPIC is also a pretty exciting name for a chamber music society.
Right. Yeah.
Educational partnerships, immersive concerts. So let's focus right now on the immersive concerts. What components are going to make an EPIC concert different for the local music audience if they come and see one of your upcoming community concerts?
Yes. So one of the things is a visual component. So I don't want it to be just listening. And sometimes it is good. So, if we're playing absolute music, so some pieces are absolute, which means it's just beautiful music that doesn't have any concrete structure. If you watch Fantasia, they explain it very well, the original Fantasia. Some pieces are like that. So for that, we will have audience just listening. But there are some pieces that are very programmatic pieces, so that they have kind of a story behind them. And so pictures pop into mind when you listen to that music. And for those pieces, I do want to have pictures. So, for example, our concert on August 30th, we have a piece that I was like, man, this is like 1950s Twilight Zone, you know. So we have to do that. So we actually have silent films playing along with the music, and you know, it changes. It changes both. When you have that combination, it changes the music a little bit, the perception of the music, and it changes what's on the screen a little bit.
Sure, you've got those art forms in collaboration and in dialogue.
Right. So it's cool. Like, to me, that's cool. So we want to play with that, you know, and not just films. You know, eventually, when we have the budget, we want to bring in, you know, maybe dancers and maybe poetry and maybe something else, you know, something we haven't even thought about yet. You know, there's a thing now that I heard of where some filmmakers make movies with a free score. So you can kind of like improvise the score to the movies and they just give you directions.
Yeah.
So in the future, maybe we could do that. So partner up with some film organizations in our region and do that. But I think one of the governing aspects of our organization is going to be quality. You know, so I quote, and this is a beautiful quote from Walt Disney: "Quality will always win out." Right? And I go with that. You know, it's you know, when he was building Disneyland, they said, what's going to be different? You know, it's just another theme park. But if you go to Disneyland or if you go to Disney World, you feel that little bit of a difference. You feel the quality, you feel the attention to detail. Right. And we're going to strive for that. So whatever we do, we want it to be the best quality. And
well, Sergei knows quality because in addition to being the artistic director of Epic, he's also a clarinetist in the Colorado Springs Philharmonic, and he performs and teaches and is a known name really around the country. We're so excited that we have a musician like Sergei here in the Pikes Peak region who is starting something like Epic. And to give you a little taste of what a concert might sound like with some visuals, he's provided this clip of a recent rehearsal. So now, Sergei, we're going to invite in a musician, someone who is a partner to you in this new organization, and your wife, a partner in life, Shauna Smith. Hi, Shauna. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful to get another musician's perspective, because I think anyone who talks to Sergei about Epic can feel the passion. And I think that electricity that comes off of him when he is telling you about the vision of what he's going to do with these multimedia experiences is so fun. I wonder, as a musician, what you're excited about to participate in the concert. How will it differ from where you usually play?
Well, I think during these times, it's especially exciting because we haven't been performing live. It's a little weird to perform. We've been making videos and sending them out, and then we end, and you know, it's just like silence afterwards. So that's been kind of the norm for a while. So it's going to be really exciting to just have that live interaction between the musicians and the audience, because I mean, that's what we do. It's give and take, and we feed off the audience as much as they feed off of us. And I'm just so excited to do that. And I light up when I have the opportunity to share with students as well. And I think there are going to be quite a few young people in the audience getting involved with tickets and or not tickets, but seats and just helping out backstage. So
Well, that brings up a great part. It's the first part of the name. So we've been talking about the immersive concerts piece, but educational partnerships is the other half. And you are a music educator yourself. In fact, the Youth Symphony voted you Best Music Teacher of the Year. Is that what I heard?
That's true. Yeah.
So
quite
you
an honor.
have a perspective about music education and how an arts organization like EPIC can work with the schools. Talk to us a little bit about your plan.
Well, we not only want to get our organization into the school systems and contact as many children and students as possible, just to expose them to the arts and what can be done, and like meet professional musicians. And yeah, we make a living doing this, and we love it, and we're passionate about it. But also, I think the other exciting component is going to be getting students involved in the production, getting them involved in the media, lighting, recording, those kinds of things that you don't always think about when you see a performance, a concert, but everything that goes on backstage and what brings it to life for the audience. So I think that's going to be a really exciting component. I mean, there's so much potential for music and students, especially right now, because students they're online, they're facing a computer screen, and just coaching my own students in the orchestra, they said that like that was their saving grace, was having an instrument to play during this time. Yeah.
Thank you both for, one of the things I think is so inspiring about this, and I'm so glad you brought up, Shauna, that musicians can also know about production and arts management and presenting. And when they do, and when they want to kind of sink their teeth into that aspect of the arts, they can produce things like what EPIC is about to do and has already started doing, because you are practitioners, and you are also now behind the scenes and doing new things based on your experience, your knowledge. Another thing, that's a great role model moment for young musicians. But you've also been thinking about the other working musicians in our region. Can you talk a little bit, both of you? Maybe we'll start with Sergei. Why was you talk about international talent and local stars connecting? Why is that so important to you, to keeping local musicians excited about
it? So the pre-COVID idea was that we are going to have international stars come in. And the good thing about Music World, it's very small. So I when I started thinking about it, I immediately wrote down a list of like 20 people that I would love to play with. Some of them I went to school with, some of them I met at festivals. They're all great people. They're fantastic musicians. They're passionate, and they're just incredible. It would be great to have them here. And I was thinking, we don't have a lot in town where, we have world-class institutions like Colorado Springs Philharmonic. We have the CC Music Festival in the summer, has great musicians. But we don't have a lot where we bring in like the world-class stars and put them together with local people and they collaborate. It doesn't happen very much. And during the regular season. Mm-hmm. So from the fall until the spring. And that was the original idea, pre-COVID. And we already kind of took steps to do that. Our first guest is, once this thing kind of dies away, the COVID thing, we're getting Petri Ivonen, who is the concertmaster of Paris National Opera. Amazing. And a really good friend of mine. Yeah. And an amazing violinist. So it's like huge, right? And he's totally on board. He's like, I've never been to Colorado. I'd love to come. And it's like, really.
We do have that going for us.
Right, yeah. Right. So, yeah. He's going to come here, but the COVID thing happened, right?
Sure.
And so I said, okay, well, we have to do something. We have to help out. We have to be involved some way. So we kind of revamped what we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. And this is where the EPIC, right? Yeah. And this is where the EPIC community concerts came in. And the idea behind that, right? The idea behind that is we're gonna use our awesome local musicians to put together concerts in the spirit of EPIC, for the community. And what we're doing right now is we're raising money to be able to do that, so people can come and enjoy these concerts in outdoor venues, which we've already found several around town. We have some great outdoor venues here. Well, the weather is nice, and we want to raise enough money so we can pay the musicians for their work, and have the community enjoy these concerts free of charge.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the goal right now.
let's watch a little promo video of their very first community concert, which will be on August 30th at 2 p.m. at the Almagre venue for a $25 donation. That music makes me feel curious. It's like so intriguing, and I hope it makes you feel curious too. You'll find all of the information, of course, about the first community concert of Epic and all of their upcoming concerts through the fall and winter at peakradar.com. Thank you both so much for being here. Tell me more about that concert and about your vision for this series this fall.
Do you want to take that on, Shauna, or should I?
Well, Sergei and I'll be playing a duet with piano. Brooke from the 8 Pieces will be playing a short number 2. So that's fun. I'm looking forward to. We haven't performed together in quite a while, so that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Sergei, I noticed something kind of shiny on the side of your screen there. And I thought maybe you had brought that because you wanted to share a little bit of music right now.
Yes. So along with some funky things and cool and new things on our August 30th concert, we will have traditional music. So if you're like, I don't know if I'm into this new stuff, and by the way, you will love the new stuff that we're doing. It's not the weird stuff that nobody likes. Right. You will love it. We're also doing traditional things like Tchaikovsky. So I thought I would play for you a little bit. I'm doing this solo, and it's a nocturne arrangement, and I'll just play a little bit for you.
Thank you so much. That again, it has that like really moody, intriguing feeling. So atmospheric. And I think atmospheric is maybe a word that goes along with your vision here, that you're really creating a whole body experience around the music.
Right. And also I want to say for the viewers, the clip that you played, that is actually in the venue. So we set up the chairs and everything. That's what it's going to look like. One of the walls opens up, so we're going to have air circulation. Everyone's going to wear masks. Safety and health is our top priority. So we're doing all of that. And I actually even ordered a shield for our flute player just now. Yeah. So his instrument will be shielded as per safety regulations. So we're pulling out all the stops. Yeah.
You know, we keep saying like, we can figure this out. We can do this. It will require new thinking. It will require accommodation. There may be fewer of us who are sitting in a performance, but we are going to figure this out. And I really appreciate how Epic is really in one of the leadership roles in the arts community of kind of exploring what it can look like to see live music right now. So if you've been missing live music, visit epicmustsee.org and you can learn more about the upcoming community concert series. And especially we encourage you to think about attending on August 30th or at one of the upcoming concerts this fall if you feel comfortable, to experience that immersive, full body, immersive concerts of Epic yourself. Thank you both, Shauna and Sergei, for joining us. Congratulations on, you're really doing it. You are launching anyway, and we are so proud of you. It's so exciting to see artists in leadership in this way, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So that is our episode of Peak Radar Live, all about Epic. We hope you will visit peakradar.com to find out more about what's happening in local arts and culture, and tune into our YouTube and Facebook page. Peakradar.com is after the slash on both, to keep watching our upcoming episodes of Peak Radar Live.